The Collapse Survivor app can save your life by sending real collapse threat warnings to your cell phone. These extra hours of warning before a government-issued alert comes out can make the difference between life and death. This app was originally designed to send collapse threat warnings from Fortitude Ranch survival community to its members. Now, if you buy this app, you can get the same warnings of a pending disaster that could lead to a collapse. When our Threat Watch system sees a significant risk of a developing disaster, we will issue a text warning you of the developing threat and recommending you take action to prepare. This is an example of a real threat warning issued in 2023 about the mutations in the H5N1 virus. It used to be called avian or bird flu, but it's spreading now in dozens of mammal populations around the world. Experts warn that it is inevitable that this virus, 60% lethal to humans, will become human-to-human transmissible, yielding the worst disaster in human history. You will not receive notifications of weather or minor disaster news that is covered in the media and is not likely to yield a collapse disaster. You will receive a collapse threat warning only when the Fortitude Ranch Disaster Threat Watch and Collapse Warning System detects a very serious disaster threat. You can click on the threat alert to get more details. Disaster Preparedness Threat Watch monitors solar flares, asteroid and volcano warnings, media reporting, CDC, World Health Organization, and other virus tracking services, Bloomberg and financial indicators that can be a tip-off of a developing crisis, and many proprietary and confidential sources they do not disclose. The U.S. Emergency Alert System is rarely used and has such low priority that they only bother with national tests once every 3 years. It has been condemned for being way too late giving alerts, and after a false alarm in Hawaii caused such panic a few years ago, there is more reluctance to use it. The biggest problem with this system is that it requires approval of top public officials who are afraid of panicking the public. Getting their approval will take time. If a deadly virus has started spreading, the grid is about to go down, an asteroid is inbound, a cyber attack is underway, you want as many extra minutes and hours of warning as you can get to warn your friends, do last minute preparations, and get to a safer location. For the cost of a visit to a coffee shop, you can get the first alert service from your Collapse Survivor app all year. It's a 99 cents a month app. Unfortunately, we face rapidly increasing risks of a collapse. Artificial intelligence is not just a future threat of bad computers and robots taking over, it's a threat now when AI is used to design more deadly viruses, our new means of enriching uranium to make nuclear weapons, our new forms of poison. Nanotechnology, genetically modified organisms, cyber attacks on our fragile infrastructure, CRISPR bioengineering technology, and many more technology threats exist. Our interdependent economy with overseas inputs, just-in-time delivery rather than inventories, and long-distance ship food and water supplies into cities is highly vulnerable to disruption and quick collapse. When a collapse disaster starts, you need to act quickly to secure any additional supplies you can rapidly acquire and start your survival plans. When you load the Collapse Survivor app, you can turn off the notifications for things like notice of new simulation messages or your stockpiled items reaching expiration dates, but the real threat alerts cannot be turned off. If a real collapse is pending, you will receive the collapse threat warning. When a real disaster collapse warning is issued, it will push through to your phone to alert you. Be sure you get the extra hours of life-saving notice and time to prepare and get moving on your collapse survival plan.